Okay, we're going to make another cooking video here. I'm hoping it's going to be a cooking video. Who knows? Well, anyway, let me get the camera angle right here. Okay, action. Okay, camera action. Go, roll them, whatever. Anyway, here's blender. We're going to try the blender out today, and to get a little bit closer here, and I'm going to show you some good things we're going to put in this blender here. But the first thing we're going to put is almond milk. So I have some of that right here. Some of you guys know the store, Great Value, where you get the milk so cheap. And it has about, I don't know, maybe 2 almonds and a half a gallon of milk. Okay. Well, anyway, let's see, how much are we going to put? So let's turn it around to the cup side. We're going to put 2 cups of this milk. Okay. 2 cups of milk. Well, I did over. Uh-oh, just take some out. There, almost. Hold on, get it right in a minute. Okay, that's about 2 cups worth. Okay, and now we're going to put some great, good old roasted and salted cashews. And I'm not going to overkill it here. Let me find a cup, measuring cup. I guess I'm going to put about a half a cup of these in there. Normally I would, soak these, put them in hot water, and let them soak an hour or two. But I'm just going to use them just like they are. And the blender should blend them up real fine. So we're going to put about a half a cup. Maybe something like this here, half a cup. And if you're wondering what type of cheese I'm making a type of cheddar cheese. Tastes good, bit like cheddar, and you can also use it to make pimiento cheese. Okay, next ingredient going in is where's my tablespoon? Okay. Next ingredient we're going to put in is arrowroot powder, which I have here, which is it kind of similar like maybe cornstarch maybe, but we're going to go with 2, something like this, rounded tablespoons. To give you guys an idea, you got to make it thick, so this is one of them. It doesn't make it quite as thick as flour, but we're also going to use flour too. So that's what I did in the last recipe. It turned out really, really good. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and use that now. I put fresh flour in this thing right here. And we're going to use three of them, just like this right here. Okay. All right. Let me put that back. And we'll go to step number 3 and 4. Okay. Now, I'll get the measuring spoons out here and it can give you maybe a better idea. Okay. I'm going to put this here turmeric maybe powder, maybe roughly about a 1/4 teaspoon of this in the batch as well. Okay. Get the old tablespoon here. And we're going to use roughly about 3 of these. 1, 2, and 3 of the big rounded tablespoons, I will say. Okay. Now, salt is not salt without a little bit of salt. Well, you need to put salt into the cheese, right? Cheese is not cheese without a good salty flavor, so I've got a coarse salt here, and it's by Raw Harvest, and it's Himalayan turmeric salt. So that's what I think I used last time. Yeah, so we're going to put about 2 of these in there, like that there. It's a coarse salt, so taste it and see if this is salty flavor is salty enough for you. Always. So we're going to put that back. Okay. Now, what else? We got some more stuff here going on. I got some good old onion powder. Now we're going to go not with a teaspoon, but a half a teaspoon of this. So go with 1/2 teaspoon of your onion powder to help get the flavor of the cheese, the good old cheddar flavor. Alright, and I got some garlic and parsley here to go in it as well. Okay guys, give me just a minute here. And we'll get that going shortly. So we're going to use about a half a teaspoon of the garlic as well. That'll help bring out the flavor. All right. Now, we have dill weed. I know a lot of you may think, well, what's he doing with dill weed? So last time I used about 2 good pinches of this, so I'm going to say it's about a teaspoon's worth. So pretty roughly, make sure it's real kind of like this right here, kind of level teaspoon of the dill weed. Okay. So last time I used vinegar, I used about 2 capfuls of this right here, and I use this as a measuring thing right here. So I'm going to do that again. So 1, and that looks roughly about a teaspoon, maybe, I'm not sure. We use 2 of them like that. Vinegar, straight white vinegar now. That's what I'm using. Okay. Put that over here. Now for the lemon juice. I did the same thing. Well, I'm just going to use the cap. I used 2 of these caps. Almost all the way full. Maybe not quite, but almost. Okay. All right. Now, all right, we already got turmeric in here, which will help bring out the color. Turmeric help bring the color of yellow out into the cheese, so will the nutritional yeast flakes. That'll help also. But here is one thing that will certainly bring it out, and that's sliced pimientos. I got to get this open. Now you want to use the juice here along with the pimientos, okay? So you got some juice in there, put that juice in there as well. So we're going to use 1 of these and maybe 1 more. If I can get it out without spilling it, making a big fuss, and I'll get just a little bit of the juice. 1 more just like that. Okay. Now, what I do is I generally put that in a bag and put it in the freezer. Because you keep this in the refrigerator, sooner or later it will go bad. It will keep a lot longer in the freezer. So, anyway, let me clean this off a little bit. And we're going to give this a big stir. And we got that cleared up over there. Get all these nuts and everything ground up real good in here. Okay, I can imagine it's nice, smooth, and creamy now. You might want to dip your finger. If you want to be more hygienic, take the spoon. And then just dip your finger into the spoon, right? Okay. And taste. Okay, well, that's nice. If I see where it needs a little bit of salt later, I can always add salt at some point, because this is not going to be a hard cheese. This is going to be a soft cheese is what I'm making right now. So at this point we're going to go with what I got. So we need to turn the camera around here and get it back on the stove portion right here. Just bear with me a minute, if you will. I've got a tight place here to work in. So let me get it to boiling and we will return. Okay, as this gets heated up with the flour and the other one in there, arrowroot powder, it's going to get more thicker as it goes. It's beginning to get thicker now. And I don't know if you noticed the color before. As it cooks more and more, it's going to get more like the color of cheese, you know. So you can tell now it's beginning to get more of a yellowish color. And keep this thing stirring, because I can feel it now on the bottom of these pots. It'll form a little crust. I mean, ever since I started making vegan cheese years ago, it does the pots the same way, every pot. So it's getting thicker. Just keep stirring it as you're heating it. Keep it stirred. This will eventually get thick enough where, you know, you can use it to dip chips with, or use it as a recipe or on pizza, however you want to do it. But now is a good time to take some of it and taste it. If you feel like you need a little more salt, might be a good time to add just a little bit. It's creamy now, but I'm just going to keep on and on with it and give it that deeper yellow color as it cooks along and along. So now's a good time to take and put it on simmer. after you had it boiling for just a little while. So you don't want to overdo it. So I think I'll put just a tiny bit more salt. Okay. To give it a little bit more salty texture, flavor I meant. Okay, we got to decide what kind of container to put this in. Normally I would put it in one type of container, but I guess you could put it in a jar. So we might just wind up putting it in a mason jar. This is what I'm going to use. Put it in. See? Okay. Alright. Get something out of the way. Get it open over here. Right quick like. And get back over there. And still, even while it's cooking, keep this thing stirred. Oh my. It's getting yellow, sort of like mustard now. Like prepared mustard. So, yeah. It's pretty close. It's got a good thick. See that? I don't know if you could see that or not. Here, wait a minute. See that? It's coming off the thing here. Wanting to stick. Okay. And plus, as it cools in the refrigerator, it's going to get a little bit more yellow too. So it's not going to turn into orange. It's just going to be a kind of a yellowish, mustardy color like thing, you know. And I'm making this video so I won't forget the recipe from now on, because I liked it the other day and it was pretty good. And I might want to make another pizza or so. Okay, I think I'll go with that. Okay. You can see it. There it is right there. It all got all thick. And you see the bottom of that pot. It always leaves that in the pot, you know. Okay, we're going to put it in a jar. Over here. I can bring this a little bit closer in and show you the jar. Which way to go here. Okay. Now, let's see if we can get it in the jar. This is nice, thick. Still pourable though. And voila, we got a jar full of this stuff, don't we? Don't worry now, this is not no hard cheese, so we bring in something that container where we can get it out of. But, like I told you guys, you have to soak the pot in water to do it. And let me taste the final product here. Let me try to get this off of here. Making sure that my pot don't melt the plastic I got in the sink here. Alright, I'm going to try the final product and see if it's as good as I think it might be. Yeah. That is not bad. Well, I might just eat a jar, you know, with a piece of bread. Well, anyway, there we have it. We have another nice cheese we made. So, yes, I'm hoping to get this one posted where y'all can see how I made it. And you might want to make it the same way. I don't know. All right. Thank you and bye-bye.